Hey friends, it's Kristin here. I want to share one of my favorite recipes, which is a chimichurri chicken sandwich. And it is so easy to make. It is so delicious. We're going to be using the Pampered Chef chimichurri seasoning to flavor it up. And then we're going to be cooking it super duper fast on the Deluxe Electric Grill and Griddle. So let's get cooking so you can see all the fun tools that I have that make this so much fun to make. So as I had mentioned, we're going to start with the chimichurri seasoning. If you guys are not familiar with chimichurri, it's a very herby seasoning. A lot of times people think it's spicy, and you can add red peppercorn or red pepper flakes to it to spice it up a little bit. But in general, it's really just an herby seasoning, and it's so good. To be honest with you, I can't even remember what's all in it. I know it's got like a lot of parsley, cilantro, green onion, and a lot of times people serve it. You take those fresh herbs and you mix it with some olive oil or even just some water, and you put that over like a steak or a chicken cutlet or something like that. So that's kind of a traditional way to eat it, but this seasoning is dry, so you don't have to worry about having all those fresh herbs on hand. You just these are all dried and chopped up, and I recommend rehydrating with a little bit of water or in oil, as I had mentioned, and then you can just use it as I had described. Or what we're going to do today is I've made some mayonnaise with it, so I've added a little bit of oil and mayonnaise and a little bit of salt to it, and we're going to use it as kind of a not necessarily a marinade, but kind of we're going to put our chicken in here to kind of marinate it, flavor it up before we grill it. It's going to also keep it really nice and moist. But then it's also the spread for our sandwich. And this chimichurri mayo, once you try it, you're just going to keep some in your refrigerator so that you can put it on every single sandwich that you ever make, because it is so, so good. So that's a little bit about the seasoning. As I had mentioned, we're going to go ahead and let me talk just before I get this heating up. I want to talk a little bit about the grill griddle. Let that heat up while I talk to you about chicken. So if you are not familiar with the electric grill griddle, this is an appliance from Pampered Chef. It comes with two grill plates, which you could probably see that it has the little grill marks on it. So anything that you would grill outside. So think about doing chicken breasts or pork chops or steaks or burgers or anything like that, you can do on here. And what I really like is you're going to get those grill marks. So you're going to kind of get that, kind of char like you're used to from cooking outside. But it, number one, you're inside. So today we're having like a big snowstorm. There's no way I'd be outside cooking, grilling outside. So it's nice to have this option inside. But the other thing that I like about it is how fast it cooks. So when you're on an outdoor grill, you're getting heat from the bottom. So you put your burger on there and it, cooks, but then you have to flip it so that it cooks the other side. With this, you are getting heat from the top and the bottom. And so when you close this, like we're going to do tonight with the chicken, it cooks so, so fast because it's getting heated from the top and the bottom all at once, no flipping, no turning, and it is done in no time at all. Now, this also comes with griddle plates. So those are flat. So if you wanted to do like a stir-fry veggie on there, or you wanted to do, think of breakfast, your pancakes, your French toast, your eggs, things like that. And what's really nice is there's a button here on the side. You can open this up all the way. So in the morning, if you're doing the breakfast things, you could even do like the grill plate on one side and do your, bacon or sausage. And then on the other side, your griddle plate and do your pancakes or French toast or eggs or things like that. So you have so much flexibility with that. And then the other function you're going to see as we do tonight is it has what's called like a hover function, where you can kind of pop this plate down so that it's going to go flat down onto whatever you're doing. So think about if it did not do that and you had like a big thick steak, when you put the lid down, it would end up being at an angle and it would not cook that steak evenly. But with this hover, as you're going to see here, it's going to go flat down on that steak. So that's part of how it's going to be cooking so evenly and so quickly. So it has a really lot of nice features as well. The plates pop out super easily. You just push a button here on the side. They come out, they're dishwasher safe, but they are non-stick. So I don't even bother with the dishwasher, but if you're one of those that everything has to go in the dishwasher, this would totally be the tool for you. Now, an accessory sold separately is some waffle plates. So you can also do that with this as well. So you can see how many different uses you have. You're going to be using this breakfast, lunch, and dinner. This does come with a user guide. So if you're like, wow, that was a lot, I have no idea that I'm going to remember everything you just said, know that it comes with a user guide and all the different settings. So like it has a grill setting, a griddle setting, a panini setting, different things like that. You are going to have recipes so that you learn how to use each of those settings and you kind of have an idea what it's all about. And then that way you can kind of like, oh, I remember that recipe. I can like translate it into something else that you like to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get this preheating for for the grill. I'm going to take just a few minutes. There's a little blue light that kind of goes round and round as it's preheating. Once it's done, it will say add. So that tells you it's time to add your food to it. And then you just push the button again and it continues to cook. So super easy to do. And while that's preheating, we're going to get our chicken ready. So have you noticed how fat chicken breasts are these days? I mean, oops, I got some chicken juice dripping off of this. But this is actually a smaller chicken breast that I found in my freezer. But normally they are just, at least like a pound a piece. It's ridiculous how big these have become. But number one, I don't like them because it's a really bad portion. Nobody needs to eat a chicken breast that large. And because they're so fat, they're going to take a long time to cook, even with getting the heat from the top and the bottom. So I like to use this guy. It's called the Close and Cut, and it has these flexible panels on both sides. And so whatever you put in here, so for instance, our chicken breast, when you close this up on top of it, it allows you to take a knife right here in the middle, slide right through the middle, and it's going to cut that big fat chicken breast into two even smaller pieces that are going to cook super duper fast. So let me show you how this works. And it does come with this knife so that you're going to have a nice knife in your kitchen. It's a chef's knife, but also super handy for this. Okay, so you saw how quick and easy that was. And now look at that. That chicken breast is so much thinner. It's going to cook so much better, so much more evenly, and so much faster, which is what I like. Now, this has had chicken in it, so you're thinking, ooh, I hope that's dishwasher safe. Yes, it is. So easy to clean up. But then a couple other uses for this, just so you can see how many ways you can use it in your kitchen, is it's great for grapes, cherry tomatoes, little things like that, because you can put them all in here. And just like you saw, when you close it, then it allows you to cut right through the middle of all those things. So instead of cutting cherry tomatoes one at a time, you can do like a whole cup at once. So super duper handy. And that's called the Close and Cut. And it does come with this nice chef's knife. Okay, so we've got that going. As I said, we're going to kind of take our chicken breasts into this chimichurri mayonnaise. It's going to make this nice and moist for grilling. But with this unit, this grill griddle, I find things really do stay very moist. I've just been very impressed with even just a chicken breast that I might season with just salt and pepper, stays nice and moist through the cooking. Okay, so I'm going to let that set for just a minute. And while this is still heating, I'm going to go ahead and share with you guys a little bit about everything else that's going to go on this sandwich. I've kind of set this up as like a little bar, I guess, if you will, where everybody can make their own. Now I'm only cooking for two, so this is very small. But if I was having a larger group, what's nice is you could kind of put all the toppings for your sandwich in this cool and serve tray, which I'm going to show you in just a minute. And it allows then everybody could kind of make up their own sandwich, because maybe not everybody wants everything on the sandwich. So the cool and serves, if you guys are not familiar with these are, we have a couple different size trays. We have some bowls. And what's really nice about all these is in the bottom are ice packs that come with it, and you freeze these. So you don't need to freeze the whole tray to use it. You just freeze these little ice packs. I keep them in my freezer. They don't take up much room. And that way, whenever I'm ready to use them, I just pull them out and I'm ready to go. With this particular one, this is the large cool and serve tray. What I like is you can use it with the insert and put, dips and veggies and fruits and things like that. Or my favorite thing to do with this tray is if you take the ice pack on the other side, has these indentations, and guess what? Deviled eggs. And I love to do the deviled eggs in this tray. You can actually go half and half with doing some chips and dip on one side and eggs on the other, or do all eggs. I have to do all eggs for my family. But then you put your eggs on here and they will stay cold. Anything in these cool and serve trays will stay cold for like 4 to 6 hours. And I remember the first time I tested this out, we'd done some deviled eggs. I think it was Easter. And there was like one little egg left at the end of the night. And I was getting ready to throw it away thinking it sat out too long, but I picked it up and it was still icy cold. So these things really work. I use them, indoors for entertainment when I know food's going to be out for a while, just so that it can stay at the right temperature. But if you also do a lot of things outside in the summer and you need to keep food at the right temperature, these are going to be really, really handy. Okay, so this particular insert that you're seeing me use is actually a different accessory. It does not come with this tray. It comes with a different configuration where you can do dips and veggies and things. But this is a nice accessory that you might want to have just so you have a little bit more flexibility with the tray. Okay, so the things that I have in this tray, and these are the toppings for our sandwich, is some arugula, gives it a really nice peppery, crunchy flavor to it. We've got some roasted red peppers. I've got some provolone cheese. And then, of course, I've got that chimichurri mayonnaise. That is the best part of this. And we're going to go ahead and do some sliced avocado. And I want to show you the avocado tool. I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but super handy in that it has a serrated blade on one side. I'm going to use that to cut through the skin. The other side is not serrated, and that's what I'm going to use to like slice or dice the avocado right in the shell and then scoop it out. And then the magic part is this end. It has these 3 little prongs on it, and that's what we're going to use. You kind of hit that into the pit, and it pulls the pit out super easily. Much safer than using a knife. I know some of you might know the trick where you take that knife and you kind of hack at the pit. I know a lot of people have missed and they end up hitting with a sharp blade into their hand, and that is not something that you want to do. So let me get the camera where you guys can see what I'm doing here. And again, I'm going to use the serrated edge to cut this open. Just like that. And then, as I said, I want sliced avocado. So I'm going to take the edge that is not serrated. The serrated edge is very sharp. So if you accidentally use that, you could cut your hand. So be very, very careful. Okay, before I do that, this just beeped and it told me add. So I know it's ready to add our meat. So we're going to go ahead and add our chicken to this, and listen to this sizzle. Can you guys hear that? It's just like if we were outside and putting that on the grill. It's going to be so good. Now, these are nice and thin, so I don't have to do the hover. We're just going to put that right on top. But if this was something thicker, I would kind of hover it so that it would go straight down on there. And I'm going to go ahead and hit add and get this going here. Whoops. Oops, I lost my setting here. Let me get this going again. Oh, where we go? There we go. And turn that on. Okay, ready to go. And let's go ahead and finish what we're doing with our avocado. Now, again, that's going to cook super fast. So like in 2 minutes, I'm not timing it. There is a timer on here, so I am going to kind of watch, but literally in about 2 minutes, it's going to be done. Okay, so we have our sliced avocado. And now I'm going to go ahead and, again, using the smooth side of the blade, we're going to just scoop those out of there. And then my favorite part is getting the pit out. Now watch this. Watch how easy this is. You just kind of give it a little hack, give it a little twist. Whoops, I say that, and then it doesn't work. That is really stuck in there. There you go. It comes right out. Then I just kind of take my thumb and pop that off of there. Easy peasy. That is the easiest way. Let me get the right side here. Easiest way to do up your avocados. Okay, and then because I'm actually not going to be serving this sandwich right now, my family has already had dinner. The last part of the sandwich that I'm not going to show you, but just talk you through is you're going to take a French baguette and you're going to go ahead and get all my trash out of the way here. But look at this, before I move on that, isn't this pretty? This is like such a nice little serving tray for our sandwich. I use this a lot too. If you're doing burgers, think about your lettuce and your tomato and your cheese and things like that. It's going to stay nice and cold, and then everybody can put their sandwich together. So kind of same idea, whether you're doing burgers or chicken sandwiches or whatever. Then the last thing for the sandwich that I'm actually not going to do tonight, because I just don't want to grill up the bread quite yet, because I'm not going to be eating this, but you're going to take a French baguette. And what I like to do is I would slice this down the middle, open it up, and then I'm going to put that, when the chicken is done, I'm going to put this right in the grill and grill this. It's going to kind of pick up some of that yummy chicken juice and the chimichurri into the bread, give us the nice grill marks, heat it up, and that is the bread for the sandwich. So you've got your baguette. You can top it with whatever you want, and then you're going to have this chicken that is going to be done super duper fast. Let me grab some tongs real quick. And so that's been 2 minutes. Let's see. Oh my goodness, we are done. Look at this. Let me bring this over again. Look at those nice grill marks. And because that's so thin, look at that. It is cooked. It is done. It is juicy. You can kind of see that juice dripping off there. Oh my goodness, it's going to be so good. I'm just going to go ahead and turn that off. Let those set for just a minute because, again, we're not going to eat those. I just wanted to do a quick demo for you guys. But this sandwich is super duper delicious. You saw how easy it is to put together. I'll be sharing the recipe with this post. So if you guys would like to give this a try, you're more than welcome to do so. Be sure you add that chimichurri to your order so that you can make them, because it's going to be so, so good. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for watching. And if you have any questions about anything that I've just shown you today, put a comment below this video. I'd be more than happy to get back to you, or you can text me with any questions that you have, and I'd be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Happy cooking.